So this is it, folks. This is the week that I move premises. So I've been here in this space for 4 years this month, exactly 4 years this month. Now, I love this space. I love this room. I love being here with all the other businesses that are within the building. And we've all become great friends and really work together to promote each other and all that kind of stuff. But it is time for me to move on. I'm not being derogatory about the town centre here. The people here are wonderful. Lots of them have said to me that they don't want me to leave. But I really do feel that it's now time. So as some of you know, I am actually here on the first floor. So I don't get very many walk-ins. I don't get people just walking in to have a look, even though I'm set up as a shop open to the public. Also, this end of the town centre, there's been multiple larger businesses and well-known big businesses that have actually closed their premises. So this end of the town is very, very quiet. So I've got the fact that I'm first floor one against me, and then also how quiet the foot flow is as well. But this move also ties in with some deeper reasons that I'm feeling I want to evolve and want to change the way that I work and my offering. So I've taken a small shop space within a marketplace on a busy high street. And this particular town has almost no empty shops. It's a very, very busy, bustling high street. There are developers who are building new shops, purpose-built shops, which have all been taken apparently. There's going to be a luxury car showroom opening, a new college campus opening just down the street. There's also very good rail and bus links from Birmingham City Centre and from Stourbridge and Kidderminster. So it's on a main route, and also a main route from Merry Hill Shopping Centre. What else? A lot of nail, beauty, hair businesses in the high street as well, which is all female oriented businesses, which lend itself to what I do. And then also within the market community itself, there are lots of vintage interest businesses. So there's an antique dealer who is expanding to a larger space, and a couple of other businesses that do vintage interest items. There's also a tailor who does alterations, so that'll be really handy for my vintage wear. Which brings me to, I'm going to open primarily as a vintage and rare pre-loved store. So it'll be vintage clothes from the 40s onwards up to the 90s, because I have so much stock. And I will also be selling my accessories, shoes, jewellery, hats, bags, all that kind of stuff. I'll also be doing upcycle pieces, my upcycle t-shirts, punk, boho. I'll also intermix some of my more high street priced items from my label. So I'm thinking for a market space, that will be a really eclectic, eccentric mix, which is really popular on the high street. It will give me a shop base. So this space is actually a lock-up shop within the market. So I've got my own front door, my own window. That means that I can open the days that I choose. It's not a stall as such. I can come and go as I please. I can have certain days sectioned off for made to order appointments, people who want to come and see me privately. So everything just fits the bill. So I'm going tomorrow to pick up the keys, and then I shall start decorating and painting this week. And then next week I will be moving things across from here to there, and then hopefully open the first week in November. So here I am in my new little shop. I absolutely love it. It's the perfect space, perfect size, and I'm going to show you around. So I'm very, very excited. I'm not overly excited, as in, you know, bursting and bubbling over with excitement, because this feels very natural, and it feels very the obvious next step for me. I've really found my headspace this year as to what I am and what I'm not. I'm not part of the fashion world. I'm not. I've always said I'm not a fashion designer. So I know that a lot of my pieces are original pieces and I have a stable of designs, but I've never wanted to be a fashion label because I feel that that's far too constricting. And I feel that as we're going forward in the future, people are wanting brands, labels, less and less. I think that people's tastes are becoming much more eclectic. I'm actually toying with the idea of calling the new shop Harajuku, because that's where I feel it's going. That kind of Japanese Harajuku mentality where people take high-end thrift store, vintage, jumble sale, flea market and throw it all together to make a look. And that's what I want to be. I always say on my social media that I'm an artisan clothing designer, and that's exactly what I am. I'm not a fashion designer. I don't do collections. I don't do celebrity endorsements. I don't do all the things that other fashion labels do. I don't do fashion shows very often. I don't go to Fashion Week. I don't try to get into fashion publications. And this is the thing. I want what I do to be very grounded and to be very much for everyone. I don't want it to be elitist. I don't want it to be super expensive and out of reach for people. My aim has always been to make unique, one-off, individual pieces of clothing for people to afford to look different. I don't want to be elitist. I don't want the snobbery of the fashion industry. And so I think that a vintage artisan market environment is where I should be, because I'm meeting real people, authentic, working class people with personality and with character that can reflect in what I do. So I'm all measured up and made a list of all the things that I need, so I can now go back to the studio and measure all the items that I want to put in and make a plan of where everything's going to go, and then I can start decorating. So I've been painting. It's all looking a lot cleaner and tidier. That's my dream and I'm sticking to it. An eclectic, eccentric mix of individuality where everybody's welcome, where everyone can be themselves, and I just want it to be like a style party in one little space, a hub or a safe space or a haven for the freaks and weirdos that I know are all out there. So I'll do another video of me kind of putting it all together, making the jigsaw happen, of where I'm going to put everything and how I'm going to promote it and advertise and all the rest of it. And then I'll let everybody know on my social media when I'm opening, and you're all welcome. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, because there will be more and more styling videos, mixing vintage with handmade accessories, all that kind of stuff. I'm just really excited for this next chapter.